Friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this vlog, I really have something special for you. In this vlog, I will be taking you through the job search journey in Australia. In Australia, getting job is a bit challenging, and I will take you through that journey. Because I'm in healthcare sector, there are a number of vacancies available. So, I am from the nursing discipline. So, in nursing discipline, there are various cadres, starting from RN1. So in RN1 there are year 9, 1 to 9 years. So once you come from somebody from from starting from the beginning, so they will give you, usually they'll give RN1 year 2 or year 3 position, and then slowly they will climb to year 5, then year 6. And if they show some competencies, if they finish something competency, then they can go to year 9 as well directly without skipping some with they can skip some years in between if they complete the competencies. And then once you finish RN year 9, you have to prove that you are eligible to take as a team leader job, and that's called as clinical nurse. And then a clinical nurse also like until year 9, and then like clinical nurse year 1 to year 9. And then RN3, the RN3 is mostly educator post, a nurse educator, nurse managers, and nurse consultants comes in that. And after that there is RN4, which is advanced nurse practitioners. And then like next one is RN5, which is director of nursing. And that's the cadre in Australia for nurses. Let's go through the details of. So let's get started. So start with job search. So when I decided to move to Australia, I started to work towards my goal, and it was nearly in 2018. It was certain that I will be landing in Australia one or other day. So it was confirmed decision was in 2018. So I started to really work towards that. And then I started to build my CV. I had very good experience in Qatar healthcare system. I was holding manager position, as I mentioned in my previous vlog. And that experience was really good to get a job and succeed in interviews. But that was not sufficient, because not only the person who's coming from Qatar to Australia, there are a number of people who are coming. So I need to have something special in my CV that gives me advantage over others. So I started to work towards building my CV. So I started to look for a course which will give me an advantage over others. I look into the top universities in the world. And I applied for Harvard University for an London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. So London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, I applied for a course for 6 months. But unfortunately, the visa had some challenges, and I couldn't get the visa. So I had to look for some other course, and I looked for Harvard Medical School, and I got admission through the scholarship. 50% scholarship is given higher. That is the highest possible scholarship for any Indian to get admission into the Harvard Medical School for 1 year course, and I got scholarship for that. And then I had to travel to US and UK 3 times in a year for classes and that kind of thing. And but it was good experience. I was the only nursing professional in my entire batch, always doctors, and that also specialized doctors. So it was really very good, enriched experience that I had. And I learned a lot during that course. So that course has given me advantage, and I have alumni tag of Harvard Medical School. So I get alumni emails, and I'm an alumni member of the Harvard Medical School. So that's really advantage. So having that profile really helped me to secure a job before I land here. So in 2021, when I started to apply at a 2020 end, because I submitted my application to the PR, and I was waiting that one or other day I'll get my permanent residency. So I started to apply, but because I didn't had approved permanent residency, so I was not getting shortlisted for job interviews. So I just have to wait until my visa grant, and I got it in the February 2021. So I started to intensely apply and approach employers. So, and because I got job visa grant from South Australia, so I had to look for job in South Australia only. So I applied intensely. So if you look in the job portals, Australian government, state government has got their own websites. I will put the link in the description box for Victoria and South Australia, New South Wales and Queensland. You can see that there are a number of vacancies available under casual pool, under contractual basis or permanent basis. So As a manager, if they want to hire someone and who is immigrant, who is coming from the different country, not having previous experience being as a bedside nurse or clinical experience, because we are in completely different healthcare system. So there is a hesitancy from the managers to give the permanent job, obviously. And if I'm in that position, I will also think the same, because we haven't tasted the person, and giving permanent job means it's like you're bringing someone on board without knowing that person well. If somebody work in other hospital in Australia or other state in Australia, that's fine, because he knows the system in the Australia how it works, so it is easy for them to get a permanent job. But if you are coming from overseas, it's very very hard to get a directly a permanent job, and even it is RN1 or RN2, so it's difficult. So don't expect that you'll get it. You need to do something to get that to happen. So that's why I was preparing for a Harvard Medical School. And also I also did some research work back in Qatar, and I started to present some papers in Australian College of Mental Health Nursing conference, international conference. So I had some number of presentations in Australian College of Mental Health Nursing, and that helped me to get advantage over other people who are attending interview with me for permanent position. So I used to apply. I used to see only the permanent position, because I am a bit conservative by nature. Because as I mentioned in the last vlog, I had very good salary and good position back in Qatar. So if you wanna leave that, you need to have something special in your hand. So having Australian visa is special. So I was knowing that if even if I don't get, I will just move. But having that is always good. Like, you have sense of security, because you are not coming alone. You are coming with your family, and you have family to look after. So and we are in completely different. We are in completely different country. We don't have any family members or friends here who can help financially if needed, or any other. So that kind of hesitancy was there. So I just prepared to. I thoroughly prepared for interview. So whenever I was applying for interview, I was preparing well, like what positions I'm applying, and I should be prepared for every questions, and I should give the thorough answer, not superficial, so I was, because I work as a manager, so I was thinking from managerial perspective, what answers can be expected, and what end I should, because only starting should not be impressive, the end also should be conclusive. So I prepared in that fashion, and I could get a managerial job, that is RN3, which is highly rare for someone who is coming from overseas to get that job as a first job in Australia. But with preparation and guidance from the colleague in Qatar, I could do that. So and I got a job here in Australia before I land here. So it was a peace of mind, and that job offer letter helped me to get accommodation here. I will talk more on that during the accommodation section. So that's about the first job search. Okay, so then I work as a manager for 13 months. Then I thought, because I didn't had the clinical experience, so I thought, it's better to step back a bit and go to the ward and see how the healthcare system works, and get the first hand experience. So I got a deputation, like, I applied for clinical nurse position, and I got a secondment as a clinical nurse and work a bedside nurse. I got some experience. Then I thought, okay, now I have bedside experience, I have good experience, and I understood the system, how it works. Now it's chance to go back to the, something, a position which can be more impactful. So I started to apply for a position which is again RN3. I still had the claim at that time of my previous manager position, because I was permanent there. So in Australia, the system is like, if you're permanent on some position, so you can move up to that position for 2 years, and after 2 years, within just 2 years, you have to come back and resign the position that you are already having. So managerial positions, I worked for 13 months, and I thought, okay, I had that experience now. So then I applied to for nurse educator post, and I got it, and that also a permanent job. So currently I'm my designation is nurse educator. So that's, I mean, see, in this last 2 years, I work for I work as a manager, I work as a clinical nurse as a secondment. It was not my permanent, because I don't want to leave my manager position as a permanent position for something which is level 2. So again, then I again apply for level 3 nurse educator, and I got as a permanent. So I left my managerial position now. Now I'm full time and permanent nurse educator. So that means there are many vacancies here in Australia. If you think that okay, this position is not something that you are interested in, or you want to have you want to experience something different, you can do that, because there are number of positions available. But for that, it's not easy to get here, because they just don't take your interview, they also test your background, check your background. So here they call something called reference check. So uh, when when you get shortlisted, you pass the first stage of getting shortlisted and call and attending interview. So when you pass interview, we are going to the third phase of selection process, and that is reference check. So that is very crucial here, because when if you work in some places, so your manager, uh, the new employer will ask the old manager, how was your conduct, how was your how was your behavior, your skill set, and that referee check. If it is not good, even if you qualify interview, even you are the topmost in the interview, but you will not get a post. So it's very important that your conduct should be good, you should be good team player, and your skill set should be good in order to get the positions here. So it's not like you just pass the interview and you have good knowledge, so you'll be hired. No, it's not like that. Your overall behavior, your skill set, and your reference check has gotten huge impact here. I hope this vlog will help you to how to find a job, permanent job in Australia. But as I mentioned earlier, getting permanent job is really very difficult. So if you don't get, don't stress about it. Even if you get a casual job or contractual, that's fine, because it will be easy. It will be easy to survive with that job as well. So as you get experience, they will give you permanent job here. So don't worry about it. Even if you don't get it, just come here and apply for job and secure a contractual job, and through that job you can prove that you are eligible to get a permanent job, and then obviously you will get it. So thank you guys for watching this video, and in next vlog we'll be looking into how is the school system in Australia, and then accommodation. So I'll be starting a series, so be stay tuned. And if you like the content, please do hit the like button and subscribe my channel.